Heels, Pops, and Chair Shots Wrestling's Entertainment Champions. Transfer porters all weekend long. We got Night of Champions on Saturday, Double or Nothing on Sunday. All this and more in the room where it happens. But first, Mischief about to tell y'all what to do.
Yo, you know the Team Light with Mischief out here at night. And we out here every Wednesday night. And check us out, YouTube, Twitch, and all the platforms, man. Follow, like, and subscribe. Instagram, Twitter,
baby.
TikTok.
Baby.
That's what you want to talk about? You just want to jump right into baby?
Baby. It was a baby night of wrestling. It was a week of wrestling.
Why baby? What did Adam Cole do that was so
He knows how to
you?
sign it all on the dotted line, baby. With style and class. And I'm ready for Sunday. I don't know about you.
All right.
I'm so right. And after nothing. In a week in going into a weekend of wrestling, that's gonna be amazing. By the way, we have
two
WWE.
pay-per-views. We rocking out two different shows.
It's like more than one, but less than three.
You are incredibly wordy. That's what's up. Yo, where's the chat? You didn't put up the chat. That's
good.
That's fucked up.
I did.
Shout outs to Mike the Ref. I see you out here.
Mike the Ref in the house.
Appreciate y'all. Appreciate everybody that pulled up.
Yo,
Appreciate
legends,
you guys.
Legends, baby. Legends.
Wrestling, baby.
Cheers.
Ooh, cheers to the legend that pulled up. Cheers to y'all on all the listening platforms as well, right? Spotify. We out here on SoundCloud and all the good stuff.
Wherever you get your favorite podcast
what's the Apple
from.
one called now?
This one is iTunes.
Is it still called
iPad?
Music.
I have
Apple Music.
I have the iPod thing.
You probably have the first iPod.
The first one, I have it.
Yeah, the shit with the hand crank.
Yeah. You press the button. And
Jesus Christ. You know what we're going to have pretty soon?
What are we going to have pretty soon?
Fight Forever.
Oh, my God. It's going to be crazy.
Get the announced release date of AEW's Fight Forever. We're going to come back to Adam Cole, by the way. But we're going to talk about this Fight Forever. I'm excited. It's a game that's written to be nostalgic. I think that WWE missed the mark with the All-Stars, but there needs to be an alternative to 2K.
There really needs to be. There really does need to be. But are we gonna trust these guys? Well, let me tell you something. The bad guys, we know the right people. It's not what you know, it's who you know, damn it. And we know enough people to know enough people that played the game. So it's kind of like we played the game already. But let me tell you this. From what we've been saying, I don't know. It kind of gives me the vibes of No Mercy. Kind of giving me the vibes SmackDown versus Raw. I don't know, but all I'm saying is we have potential here for a contender from one of the looks of it. And given Kenny Omega is behind this project, it's a gamer himself that's behind
that part.
I
think that's very important that they had someone at a very high level be so hands-on. Kenny Omega didn't have to be the dude that was there, and he was. Like, I can't imagine someone of his stature from his company doing the same thing in WWE for the 2K games in terms of their level of involvement.
I would want to see Xavier
Vince
Woods
wasn't out here doing like, yo, let me see the animations, like let me see what the movesets look like, how's the feel. Like, that's not where Vince's head is at. And not to say like that, we're not talking about Vince per se, but I don't know who up on the mountain of old white dudes are you gonna look at to really be like, oh, that's the guy that's gonna be the guy checking out the video games. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's the guy that's gonna be really feeling for the fan today. Because those dinosaurs they don't know. They just know that it moves money. They know money and Excel sheets, and they know spreadsheets, and they can talk about numbers and QuickBooks and taxes. But y'all don't know shit about what it's like to pick up a set of controllers and really rock out. You don't know what that experience is like. So how do you sell that?
Well, you sell it by hiring known companies and very trusted companies to back you, much like the point the little villain is still up making at this time. That's right. But hey,
that don't mean
Ukes played a big role in this production. They produced the game, so now
Yeah,
you know
that's a big role.
that's a big role
You
right
did
there.
it. You did
They
the whole
also
thing.
produced some WWE games in the past, so now
Same
that's
games.
why.
You talk about the same family of games, right? Yo, shout outs for the
Yo,
follow.
Dawn Dog follow with the follow. Appreciate you. Legends pulling up the follows.
Everybody just doesn't see it that way.
Right.
But I do see that this game is a no mercy game. It is a bite of nostalgia, and I think it's very important that we get this game. I wonder how indie it's gonna get. Number one, because AEW got like this crazy roster. It's kind of gonna touch upon what we got to talk about today. What we gonna talk
what you
about?
touching upon?
But yo, relax though.
Man.
You use the cream, because if you don't use the cream, it don't work.
I use the cream.
But when we talk about how this game is gonna impact the landscape, I mean, having that alternative, having that nostalgia. When we really think about it, like wrestling's a cartoon, right? And when wrestling's a cartoon, but you get a sports game, it's fun. This 2K is dope. It's dope. If you guys have not played this 2K with 23, right? It was dope as shit. So far, it's been nothing but praise. I've played it a couple of times.
They gave the kids war games. Shout outs to
You
Worldsy.
get war games, which is fun as hell.
Oh,
So they really killed it, because the last couple games sucked ass. So this really was dope to see. I really do miss that arcade feel. And but I don't want to lose what we got right now. So it just doesn't make sense to do it here. And I love that AEW is doing it. I just wonder also what that depth chart is going to look like. What are we going to see in the video game?
As far as
wrestlers, like
wrestlers?
how many, like what's
so
that?
Here's where the problem with 2K comes in, because shout outs to June 29th, by the way, is when you'll be able to play AEW Fight Forever, but it might not be that very first day where you get to unlock the full potential of the game if it's like anything like 2K, because in 2K you get the creator pool. You can create the players, the wrestlers that aren't there, and download them.
Well, I'm sure they're gonna have. Well, it's supposed to be crazy, the creator player shit.
Right. So if you can do the same things as far as create people, share that content, upload the wrestler that's not in the game. Now you're kind of having the same fair playing field, I guess, to compete with WWE 2K.
I don't know if competition is the right word. In much the same. Well, shit, I'm gonna contradict my whole self because
Woo!
all right, I'm processing on air, right? Because let's be real, like this is all just happening, right? Because AEW comes out with this show and they're dynamite and they're the alternative to WWE. Does that make them competition? We've said for weeks that it does. So it would be unfair for me to say that now AEW Fight Forever is not competition to 2K. But I think that in this space, in this video game space, there's a lot of like niche groups, right? Yeah. And I think wrestling fans are a very niche group. That's where they'll dominate. And that's any dude downloads the WWE 2K. I know a lot of people that don't watch wrestling that play 2K.
Right. That part too.
Usually it's because like their kids and shit get the game or whatever, but still, they're adults.
Yeah, so.
Nah, I downloaded that. That was me. But this game is gonna give you that second piece, that just cartoon, the exaggeration, but without feeling like a cartoon, because that is always what wrestling's been about. It's never really been about what it is. It's always been about what it can be, right? The suspension of disbelief. This can be a true story. Is this real? And I think that here we can get a really fun aspect in that kind of way. What do you think?
I hear it will be constantly serviced game constantly
Yo,
serviced
my man,
game
first of all, you gotta learn how to read. That won't work with it won't work with the chat if you can't read the chat.
That's how the words work. My bad, Rap.
That's how words work.
My bad, Mike.
It's the alphabetizing.
And word is Cody's still in the game as well, so this should be interesting how the plays out if WWE throws a fit or not.
A fit?
Yo? Because what do you feel about Cody still being in the game, right? They still got 2K releasing games that the roster's not updated as well. You got some AEW talent still on WWE games.
WWE might throw a fit, but what they don't have is intellectual property rights. So it's gonna be what it is, and they're really not gonna have much of a say on that. When the game was developed, Cody Rhodes was very much a part of it, and I think that at this point, whatever issues with his contracts must be resolved. Like, there's no way that we walked this far into this whole situation and the lawsuit hasn't come. If it was gonna come. So if it has not come, it will not come. It's on
its way.
It's at this point in the night that you say, it's not coming.
Boom!
It's not coming. I've tried my hardest, but it's just not happening.
It just so happens to land on your lap right there. Right then.
What are you talking about?
Hey, same thing.
Yo, keep your pants on, bro. Keep your pants
saying.
on. But I think AEW Fight Forever is going to be dope. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play, just like No Mercy. So I'm excited to see
those tuning in tonight, from coming through from Mike's stream here, y'all know Mike's going to play Fight Forever as well. And Mike, I heard you saying you might even move your universe to AEW Fight Forever, and that would be dope if it's compatible, right? Like if you can still do the same things you do in 2K. That's another thing a lot of people are waiting for. A lot of these streamers are waiting for to see what they like better. Is AEW gonna be a better game? Maybe we move our E-League, our E-Fed over there. First night, look at that. See,
I'll tell you what.
First night.
I don't know that that's going to happen wholesale. I think there's going to be groups like Mike that are going to dip, because I think that you are a very niche of the very niche base. You're the kind of dude that has a podcast, that has a stream, that has a thing that you want to showcase a certain kind of asset when you play these games.
Right.
And that's going to give you that kind of functionality, because the people at the top of that company use that kind of functionality. Kenny Omega is a dude that does Twitch. So he knows like what kind of things like the heartbeat of the fan base looks for.
Word.
He's out here like playing his games, but you don't think he's at least throwing an eye or an ear to what's going on?
Of course.
I think we're at the point where, and that's what the point I was trying to make before. So people like Mike the Ref, of course, right? You're gonna transfer things over, and you're gonna have a very seamless transition. But don't forget what Disney is to theme parks and what Apple is to electronics,
and
right?
Fruits. What Apple is to fruits.
Yo, my God, you dumb as shit.
Is that not where you was going?
That's
I thought
not
you was
where I was going. It was not about fruits.
My bad. Adam Cole, baby.
Oh my
That's right.
God.
That's right. For the listeners.
So, Mike the Ref, to your point, I think it is about what's more entertaining, and I think that when you pick up WWE 2K, there's a little bit of a learning curve. When I used to pick up No Mercy, there was no learning curve.
No, and that's what he says.
Easy to play, hard to master.
Yes,
that's what I want.
Yes, and I know if y'all saw the trailer already for months ago, or whatever. I posted it on the Discord. Shout out to Discord. Let me get a link on the Discord. Any mods out there, but if you see closely, you get Kenny Omega or Kenny Omega's in a match with somebody, does a move off the top rope, you immediately get the replay.
Yeah.
Right, like how it was No Mercy and shit, like, and it's like, oh, okay, arcade, we're back in,
Right.
Now
and
anybody can play.
The
compete,
most important thing of all of that is pace of play.
Pace of play.
Pace of play. The same thing that's gonna resurrect baseball is what is the most important thing in a wrestling game. One thing that kind of drives me nuts a little bit about WWE 2K is in very many cases, realistic pace of play. Wrestling, if done correctly, let's be real, is a slow, methodical game plan. You want long stories, you want a drawn out match, you want a person that sells, right? It is a long-term deal. But when you pick up the sticks, you only got 2-3 minutes. You want to pop on a match, you want like something, you want to go through the whole story arc in a short amount of time.
Right.
That's what an arcade feel is. It's like, let's go through the highs and lows a lot quicker so that we can get through a
match.
Highs.
Before you get to your lows.
My man, you need a jacket that makes you hug yourself. I think you got problems. More than a
I think you're just mad.
It's crazy.
I think you're just mad, but you make a smart point where you got to plan things out. You got to foresee things and be very organized and whatnot. Wow. It seems like AEW gets the point too, and it seems like that's what they're doing these days. Officially, unofficially, but officially.
Okay.
They have filed for a new trademark here, guys.
Oh, yes.
Yes, it is about to go down. AEW
Yup.
Saturday Collision.
Got that news right here.
And a cool one called Transfer Portals.
That part.
Transfer portals. Now, transfer portals could mean anything. Pretty much anything, I think. But it seems like the rumor has it that it means it's referencing the fact that they might be doing a brand split here. And if this is so, I believe they can go one of many ways, but I think you can say it best here, Mischief.
So I hear you with the brand split. Yeah, of course. I'm just so against a brand split. I just think it breaks up your roster unnecessarily. You can have an unofficial brand split where you do it internally and like nobody's even got to notice. You just got a dude that works on Saturday, you got another dude that works on Wednesday, and it's
Who cares about my schedule?
You don't really gotta draw the line so publicly. So I kind of think all of that is really dumb. I think it's so dumb to just. I think Raw and SmackDown are dumb. I think the draft is dumb. I hate all those gimmicks.
You are so dumb.
With that being said, right? Well, I think all that shit is dumb. But I think that there's some value in it because people keep wanting to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know exactly if that's the case here, but even then, I think Transfer Portal is a gimmick show. That's going to be my guess right here. And what do I mean by that? Well, whether or not you think that it's two shows that are going to be a brand split or they just signify like the A, B, and C shows or whatever, I think Transfer Portals
Portals of the portal.
What's in here, man? It's crazy.
It's cool stuff.
It's the coolest stuff. It's the kind of stuff that makes you think of the things that are trying to come out of my mouth. But right? But I think Transfer Portal is the kind of show that can exist for like the lowest tier wrestlers, and the gimmick on the show is kind of the same way that like AEW Dark or Elevation were, maybe like Elevation, right? But the gimmick is that they're wrestling to stay in AEW.
Okay,
so
all right.
So these are free agents that are wrestling to get to transfer into AEW. This is the transfer
like
portal.
Dynamite. Like you're not on Dynamite while you're on.
Right. If
transfer portal,
you get too many losses, right? Because wins and losses
matter.
Count. Yo, you got to go down
matter.
to the transfer portal.
Yes,
you got to transfer your ass out of here. You might lose your contract. That could be the gimmick. But whatever the point is, like, yo, you gotta. It's like a wrestle in. Like transfer portal is a constant showcase / game show in some ways because wrestlers are unofficially wrestling for a spot on the show. So it's not like, oh, well, here comes our next contest. It's a wrestling show, but you know that like you got to get W's here.
Yeah, the
because
wins mean a lot.
The wins mean a lot because you could not show up next week and then not have a job anymore, or show up less. You know what I mean?
Less TV time is a terrible thing,
right,
to go through as a wrestler.
But like the people that were getting that shine on AEW Elevation and AEW Dark, they could come to Collision and their matches mean something. It's not just some AEW Dark match or some AEW Elevation match. It's an AEW match to play into the regular season.
I love it. It's like AAA all over again, but like. You know how the scripted sports have it over there in MLB land?
In MLB
we
land.
could have, the WWE NXT of AEW. Right? That's how I feel, at least.
Kind of, but more intense and less skilled. I don't know if skilled is the word, but just less known. And well, that's not even true anymore for NXT. Maybe it is. Maybe it is.
NXT's been kind of getting the cold shoulder these days, man. I don't know, but they've been doing their thing. Shout outs to Ashu, just pulled up as well. They be covering NXTs after the shows, post matches on post shows.
That's the thing. And I don't always catch NXT, but when I do, I'm like, oh shit, that was a good match. It's a good match. It's a bunch of good matches, and it's exactly what I think it was meant to be, which is what.
Don't get me wrong. They still have their terrible moments. Unbearable moments to watch. Promos cutting. Nothing like Darby Allin, because Jesus. Darby Allin tonight, guys. What happened there? I don't know. What was going on?
So
I'm so tired.
You know
how Saturday already? Sunday already?
Here's the thing, right? Here's the thing, and this is the thing.
What is the thing?
When we talk about AEW and when we talk about WWE, right? One thing that you cannot deny is
Done.
that wrestlers are much more TV ready in the WWE. That's not a surprise. That's nothing that is like, oh, I can't believe that that's happening, right? Here, let's just wipe that. Okay. So when you look at AEW, these wrestlers are not wrestlers that have so much training in that regard. Like they've never been on TV or they just got on TV or whatever. Darby Allin is an unfinished product in that regard. He's a tremendous wrestler. He tells a fantastic story. He's like Cody Rhodes light, but like extreme. He's like if you just messed up the attribute points, it's the same.
Like extreme light.
Right? Cody Rhodes throws his body around, he gets beat the fuck up, and then at the end he kind of turns it out. That's a Darby match. Darby is just a rag of bones and shit.
But that's what makes him entertaining. It's definitely not the mic, man. Every week I feel like he gets so much more personal and personal and personal, and then I'm over that. I think MJF and everybody else is just we're way past those pity party.
Yeah, give
promos.
me more. We're like, all right, let's get over it.
Yeah.
But this wasn't a pity promo. I think that he just
No,
it wasn't good. I don't know.
No, we cannot be that unfair. You cannot be that unfair. Listen, it was terrible to listen to. You could barely stomach what Darby was saying, but then finally the one moment that saved it. Thank you, MJF. Out of nowhere, he kicks him in the nuts, and wow, tears of joy. It was amazing. It was like
from Darby because he didn't have to keep talking. But
oh man,
Darby just doesn't know how to be intense and entertaining on the microphone. That's just not his jam, and unfortunately, that's the trend that we see, particularly with the pillars. Jungle Boy came out a couple weeks ago and he was like, "Yo, I hate that part of the job." I'm paraphrasing. He didn't say I hate, but that's not the part of the job he likes and like whatever and and he'll never be good at it, like MJF. That was a comment he made. We got Darby.
Oh, I remember that on air.
Right and Darby. I mean, just listen to him. So, and then like we got Sammy. Sammy's not horrible. Great, right? And then MJF, who I think is just on another level. He's next tier talent, in my opinion. Who are the pillars in WWE by comparison?
Seth, Roman.
You got to start there. And there alone, when we talk about pillars, we already beat AEW in that sense.
Yeah.
Right? WWE beat AEW in that sense. We got two pillars, and then we got 1.5 out of 4 in AEW. I'm gonna give Sammy something because the collective is they need a little.
Let's be nice.
Yeah, I mean it's
Let's be nice.
Yeah, all right, cool. I'm gonna give you extra credit on this one. But like just Roman alone holds that candle, right? And then we got Seth Rollins who could do it any day. I was never really a big fan of AJ Styles.
Yeah.
But he's up there too. And I think AJ Styles is better than any one of those guys. Now, none of this is fair. None of this is fair. It's not. These guys, they've got all this training. They've been around so much longer. Like Darby Allin just started being famous a couple months ago, really. 2 years
This
ago,
is his first.
whatever.
I think this is his biggest shine right now.
Yeah, you know, Jungle
Biggest
Boy,
moment.
same shit. Jungle Boy's like 11 team. So we out here like talking about a bunch of young bucks who are really getting a lot of shine very early in their career before they've really had a chance to get their lumps and you mold that clay. So a tremendous opportunity to them. But one thing you just can't deny is that, yeah, it's not. This is the part that you need to worry. The ring stuff, you got that. That you good in there. It's over. This is what sells tickets. No matter how you look at it, yo, there's mad gymnastics that goes on, right? In a wrestling match, you can teach that to anybody with that kind of talent and that kind of skill. And unfortunately, like this is the thing that doesn't get taught so well.
This part.
It doesn't transfer over the same. You can't teach charisma, right? You can put people in different kind of gimmicks and hide certain things and do certain things. I think a great example is Big Bill, right? You can't teach that being 7 feet tall. But one thing that he couldn't learn was mic
work.
Couldn't learn the mic.
That you can't teach either, apparently.
And then Right, and Enzo was that dude.
That dude didn't even need the mic to work.
But Big Bill out here now, he ain't talking to somebody else could talk for him. I think the fit is funny.
Yeah.
But
that's
we seeing what we can get out of him. Like, this isn't intimidating, imposing. This is the correct gimmick for the correct person. This aligns correctly. This is good.
the Marty Jannetty's of the tag team.
Darby Allin, we need to support him with a talking piece. Maybe it's Sting, maybe it's not. I don't know, but give him some more. He needs more time. And yeah, no doubt, you can tell me he needs more opportunity, and this is the opportunity. It's hard to look at the AEW title picture that doesn't even come out at the end of the show be something that I take seriously. Yo, it came on in the middle of the show, my guy. Like, what is that?
It's not even on last on Sunday.
It's not last tonight. We got a segment.
Jericho and Cole on last.
Nah, we had the ROH tag titles.
I'm
Oh,
saying
you're
this
talking
Sunday.
about on Sunday. Is that like solidified, the order?
It feels like that's what I think.
Well, I don't know. I'll believe it when I see it. But
Yeah.
then that's another conversation to have, because Night of Champions brings with it its own debate.
Yes. Big debate.
When we look at Night of Champions has 3 main events. Main events are like quarterbacks. If you've got more than one, you ain't got any.
And the Jets have none.
That's not
Till
fair.
now.
Aaron Rodgers, baby.
Now.
Woo!
Now we have. Well, shout out to the
The
Jets.
great experiment. Let's see how it goes.
And scripted sports everywhere.
So
And the
we'll
playoffs
see
are doing something. The
right
NBA
now
does.
how that'll pay off.
I like it. I fucking love it. All I'm saying now though is with
The Night of Champions, like in the main events, like if you got 3 main events, what's that do for you? That sounds mad dumb to me. You got 3 main events.
no, cause so they I don't think they're doing it, but they technically have 3 main events on Saturday. I mean AEW. Which one's on Sunday? WWE's on Saturday. AEW's on Sunday. So you're saying WWE's has 3 main events, right?
Yes, Night of Champions
Right,
has
so
3 main
Saturday.
events. It's billed as having 3 main events.
But
We got
AEW
Seth Rollins
well,
and
no.
AJ
Right,
Styles.
right. I don't think AEW's build like that, but I still see
Well,
them having
all right.
3 main events.
Let's go. We'll talk about it. That's one of our bumps tonight. So we'll get back to our
We
Night
had
of
bumps
Champions
tonight,
discussion.
chat. We didn't use
All
all
right.
the cream. Just
Yo, that's weird. Your search history.
But like I was gonna say, yeah. See, 3 main events and 7 matches on Sunday.
That's what I'm saying. Like, yo, if it was a 12-match night and you got 3 main events, maybe I get you. That's what
actual
Mike,
back-to-back
that's what I'm
15
saying. Like, they're
Yeah.
billing this shit. Like, this shit is advertised as the triple main event.
Damn. So you got the WWE Heavyweight Championship.
Right, and I think that was the problem. But yeah, we'll get there. We'll
Yeah,
get
we'll
there
get
when we
there.
talk about the
We'll
card.
get
We're
there.
gonna come back to this because this is a thorn. This shit pisses me off.
It's a
But, yeah,
thorn.
It's a thorn, bro.
in some part of your anatomy.
See, what's that about?
I never went to that class either. Like I was just there for
You can say that about any class.
We'll get there anyway.
Except women's studies.
We spoke about the trademarks being done, so we're obviously preparing here for the brand split and AEW's first or will I say next step is now gonna be Collision, and we got some big news today. I'm sure you was watching it live with Mike the Ref couple minutes ago. June 17th, Mischief. June 17th. We got our first episode of AEW Collision, and there's rumors that Mr. CM Punk is going to be attending. Now, that's rumored. And it could be heavy, could be, could mean nothing, because, they are in cahoots again, because my friend has not been invited back. So I'm going home. That was last week's episode.
Talk
right?
about Ace Steel.
Yeah, that guy. Yeah, the metal and the steel guy. Yeah, that guy.
the metal and the steel.
But I'll give you this: June 17th in Chicago, Illinois. June 17th, Chicago.
It'll make some noise because at the what's it called? The Union Center, the Chicago Center. That is in Chicago,
in
baby.
Chicago, baby.
The United Center in Chicago. Right, we're gonna have our first collision. And what's interesting is that you kind of gave it away. Here comes CM Punk. Because if he does not show up, if CM Punk is not the first song out of the speakers on Collision,
then it's gonna be the last one.
That will be the last Collision that we will have on air.
No, I feel like that'll be the last song we could play too. It could be the first or the last song played of the night.
I just don't know if the Chicago crowd will let this show continue. If CM
Chicago is on you, Chicago.
It's on you, Chicago. Chicago, you better pull up your britches because right now, when AEW rolls up on their collision course with Chicago, it'll make some noise. You better bring it because I think that from start to finish, that crowd has really got to show one thing. And that one thing is what? Is that CM Punk is worth the price of admission. If you think that your Chicago son is a draw,
spend my money on Ubers,
worth doing this whole brand split collision course, AEW brawl in, brawl out, have this whole situation unravel and unfold very publicly. Someone's biting a dog. Shit is getting crazy out here. For you to even tolerate that kind of behavior, Chicago better make some motherfucking noise. Like it better happen. It better be the most lit show in the history of wrestling.
Of the wrestling. Shout out to our guys at Wrestling Inc. Because they dropped the story. They keep us in the loop, baby. You know, we got people everywhere. But, yeah, man. I think CM Punk in
you showing our whole browser history. Yo, don't go to the history, yo.
History, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy.
But, yeah, you already know, man.
Yo, why's the history on it?
Hey, we're on incognito.
Yeah, I don't care what you call me. Look, it's gotta be, and really, I'm putting it on you, Chicago. It's gotta be you. It's gotta be it.
So now,
justify this shit.
Let's fast forward a little bit. It's June 17th. The show starts. CM Punk came out. What are we talking? What are we doing here? What are we doing with CM Punk in this show? What? Are we making a new belt? Are we getting him prepped for a run?
God, that's disgusting.
What's going on here? Because people need a show. We're not just here to watch CM Punk walk out and then walk in and walk back out, right? Like,
no, I
some
think
people are.
I think CM Punk comes out and he's got to give Chicago the love letter to wrestling. That he was gone and he won't tolerate disrespect, but he's willing to let bygones be bygones.
If my friend comes back,
dirt sheets are bullshit rumor starters, and none of that makes any sense. But if you're really about this business, if you're gonna come back and be the draw and be the babyface, the face of the company, if you're gonna be that guy, I think you come back and you give that to the crowd. You let Chicago eat up every moment of it. This better be your Mona Lisa. This better be your world-class masterpiece. Yo, it's gotta be that's gotta be your shit. You gotta show off here. And when CM Punk grabs the mic in Chicago for the first collision, it's gotta be magic. And the crowd has got to eat it up and sell that moment.
The ring has to explode for real this time.
Everything. And that's why Collision's going to fail.
Because the ring won't explode.
What kind of insurance you got to get for that, man? You can't afford to do that shit every show.
Man.
No, but I think CM Punk really has to do magic. And I think that he's got to position himself like, I never lost the title. I came back. He comes back with his title.
He lost to Ambrose. I mean, not Ambrose. Moxley. He got killed by Moxley.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Well, he's got to be like, yo, I was hurt, so this is my shit.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. Like, he's coming forward.
I didn't mean it to look like my UFC fight. For real. Give me another chance.
Well, because he was hurt, like so they were just trying to get over it. But CM Punk's got to come back, and that's got to be the way that they sell this moving forward. He's got to be... The direction, the trajectory has got to be MJF Punk. It does.
The ref getting saucy Punk versus MJF.
And I think maybe that's the announcement, Mike, that CM Punk makes. And that's the big sell to the crowd. The first Collision is here in Chicago. We're going to have All In Chicago. And I'm challenging MJF. And the crowd
I'm challenging the
goes
winner.
wild. Bullshit.
Yeah. I don't think he directly calls out MJF. He'll just be like, I'll face the winner of the match.
The wiener.
The wiener. The wiener of the match that...
Well, Collision. We already got the card for
Oh,
Collision.
right, because we'll be way ahead. My bad.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
an idiot.
Like,
Yeah,
I
so
think
yeah,
that,
never mind. Yeah, MJF.
because MJF ain't losing here, bro.
Yeah, MJF's definitely not.
Well, look at what we just talked about, the people he's facing. Yo, spoiler alert, it's MJF, guys.
It is MJF.
But we're going to talk
Shout
about
outs to
that,
our pre-show.
too.
Our pre-show.
We're going to get into
Hey,
all of that and so much more
who's all of that and so much more?
as we celebrate greatness. Because,
Woo!
ladies and gentlemen, what we have before us, what we have upon us, what has come upon you.
Hey, yo! Where?
All right, man. The thing that's happening right now that's crazy is 1,000 days, ladies and gentlemen. We are approaching record-shattering numbers. Roman Reigns is going through the record books, laying the smackdown, as The Rock would say. His tribal mates, stable mates, if you will. And Roman Reigns is really stacking these days up. That's why he needed to beat Cody Rhodes. This is why. So that WWE could say they've got a champion that's been out here for 1,000 days. And right now, if you are really real about it, Roman Reigns is that dude to sell wrestling to America and to the world. To the world, Craig, not just the city.
The world.
World, because Roman Reigns is out here looking like a superstar. These are not the suffer and succotash days. These are not the days post-Shield where he had no gimmick and he had no personality. We've got a Roman Reigns who's at ease. We got a storyline that's on point. We got a boiling points here and there and everywhere. Solo Sikoa and the family and all the implications that brings with it, and then some. A storyline that has just been leading the WWE for years right now. Roman Reigns has carried himself like every sense of the word champion can realize. And there is no way that he should lose this title without breaking as many records as his healthy body allow him to. I think that this is a record because we can talk about, the length of a booking, right? Yo, my God, bro, your search history go crazy. But what I'm trying to say is the length of his booking.
Oh, hey.
Oh, because Vince wants him to win. He's yeah, no doubt. But you know what's one thing he hasn't done? He's taken excellent care of himself. He hasn't gotten hurt. That's being the Iron Man. All right, he ain't the workhorse, but being an Iron Man is an incredible. The best ability is availability, and if you ain't around, you can't be around. You can't be the man. And right now, he's been the man for almost 1,000 days. As we approach upon it, you gotta acknowledge that greatness and recognize that we are not gonna see these numbers for a very long time.
Very long time.
So here we are, 1,000 days. Kudos and acknowledge, right? 997, I think we're at, or something like that.
1,000 this Saturday, chat. This Saturday, Roman Reigns doesn't even defend his title in celebration of it for 1,000 days. He has a chance to win more gold.
Protect the storyline.
Right.
But guess what? If he gets hurt, that title's coming off him, right?
Yo.
You can only hide an injury for so long.
Nah, he's gotten hurt a few times.
But has he been hurt for months and months?
No.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm talking about big time. All right, you get a couple weeks. You could get a couple weeks.
They gave him a pay-per-view or two off. A PLE or two off. PLE.
But even then, he could still come out and be on the mic and do whatever he's got to do.
Right.
He has been. So, regardless, you could talk about booking, but he's done what he can to stay available, and I think that's a kudos. That's where you acknowledge it. That's where you're like, because wrestling, is not an easy game, and you could negotiate this kind of contract that he's got, or you could rag him on it or whatever. But he deserves every break he gets right now.
That's right. He took a lot of crap from us and survive that and overcome. So,
And you know what?
that
Tomorrow I'll talk crap about it again. But but two things can be true. I can be equally annoyed at you taking your break and you being equally right to that break.
right.
You are absolutely within your right to
And
take whatever break.
Fair game.
It's fair game to you. I can be watching and be like, damn, man. I wanted to see Roman Reigns. It's like if you buy a ticket to watch the Spurs back in the day and Tim Duncan is benched. Like, damn, I came here to watch Tim Duncan. Yo, said nobody.
Not
ever.
one
Not
ever.
one person.
Not one person
Not one
ever.
person.
Not one person ever. And some may say the same about the first PLE of the weekend on Saturday.
Night of Champions, ladies and gentlemen. What we're going to talk about today is resurrected property, intellectual property that WWE got right now is Night of Champions. This is where we see gold defended up and down the card, except the first match. I mean, we ain't going to talk about the first match, but we are.
Wasn't it every match needed to be a championship match?
Except Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus.
Look what you did.
You shut your dirty mouth. Because that is gold. That is one grand MILF and Becky Lynch. Yo, all right, that's what I read on the internet. I'm not saying that those are my views exactly, but I saw that and I thought that was hilarious.
He's not talking about their promo from Monday night.
I'm talking about Woof.
Oh, facts. Thank you for correcting me, Mr. Mike. First PLE of the weekend is in fact Impact Under Siege. Shout out to Impact for doing their damn thing as well, putting in their work in as well on this such jam-packed weekend of wrestling. Who's gonna watch Impact? Are you not gonna watch Impact? We have non-believers.
Yo,
we have non-believers within us, Mike.
I don't watch it. I don't watch Impact. Personally, I follow Impact very loosely, so I didn't even know they had a show.
I must admit, I've fallen off the wagon a bit. We have been. We are very consistent when it came to. We used to be very consistent when it came to Impact.
It's crazy to say right now because she's crazy.
We used to
like
do those interviews too.
Yo, I know, but I feel like Impact has kind of fallen a little bit. Like their match quality is dope and all, but
Mike, it's true. Yo, it has been. It's so much.
There is a lot of wrestling, but Impact has just fallen off the ladder of importance. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's I think a lot of people feel that way. And even when Trinity signed there,
New Japan as well. That's right.
You know what I mean?
Super
people were discovering like NJPW, and people are discovering like everything else that's available. So Impact really doesn't do itself any favors with its venue and with the way that it sounds and it's staged.
You're very adamant about that, and so you're not wrong.
This is not the first time I bring this up because I just feel like it's so like hollow when it's there. And Bobby
But
Fish.
You're a lot like me. Like we like the crowd. The crowd plays a big part of the experience.
If the story because that's important, right? If all of wrestling is about being a damn draw, right? And your arena holds 13 people. What are you drawing? Stick figures? Like, I'm saying.
How detailed are the stick figures?
Yo, my goodness.
Dude, you got the ones with the little.
But Night of Champions is not that. Night of Champions. Yo, why is it gotta go there? Yo, your search history go crazy.
I'm trying to help Impact
stick
here.
figure genitalia.
I'm trying to help him make an impact.
History. Yo, that's insane right now. But I think that this Becky Lynch and Trish Stratus match is gonna go insane too. I think that Trish Stratus, I think she knows what's up. Like she knows what she's here for. I don't think she wants to have a lazy match, so that in and of itself will be like, all right, that's cool. And I think Becky can hold it down. So that's gonna be a match to watch. I think that's gonna be fun at minimum if they get their time.
One out of the two matches that evening that will not be for the title match for a title. There being 5 of them, 5 title matches. It's probably gonna. I don't think it's not gonna deliver. Like the promos was tough to listen to this Monday, but I think we still can get a great contest here. Doesn't change the fact of my interest in the match. But I think you still get a great match out of it. Natalia versus Rhea Ripley
Next.
gets even worse.
Next. Yo, let's
for
be
me.
real.
Yo,
Let's be real. Raise your
come
hand.
on, man.
Raise your hand if you think Natalia's gonna win. Put your hands down. Stop it. Stop it. You lying to yourself, yo. Like, I'm kind of tired. Either do something with Natalia or don't just like thrust her into this random match for the championship. Like, what is this? What is this, bro?
This is a word with a four-letter word. Starts with a T, ends with an S. I don't know how.
Oh my God, you spelled it wrong. But look, I'm not saying Natalia's ass. I'm not. She's good, but she's
Locker room leader.
She's alright.
Locker room leader.
Like,
it's just not. To be honest, there has been nothing entertaining about a build with them too. I see more Rhea working with Dom in his stuff on Raw.
Because Natalia attacked Rhea and it was just like, we've seen this storyline. Like, this is like, yo, you're doing your my faction, my player thing, and like you going through, and then boom, they just threw a random person in your storyline, and now you're like, what?
Yeah. Roadblock.
This is mad random. Like, why am I wrestling Natalia now? Oh, we just need a match next week. All right, I guess. So
I guess I'll fuck with you a bit.
Asuka and Bianca is a match that I'm
rematch.
Looking forward to. I think that's gonna be really interesting to watch. And
she gave her the mist on Monday.
That's what she said. But Kana hasn't really unleashed the dragon, if you will. I want to see Kana in all her glory. I know we talk about Asuka, but still, if you're gonna bring back the face paint, if you're gonna do it like that, I want to see.
Real.
I want to see it all out
big.
there.
Hey, yo.
Do it big. But I think
Bianca
that. Belair retains.
Oh yeah.
Because I think we're on the Belair train right
yes.
now. I think that's just what it is and how it's gonna be.
How unfortunate for one Mustafa Ali that he gets a chance of a lifetime only to be squashed like a bug, like the Miami Heat will be by the Denver Nuggets. Also, Gunter.
Oh, they still got basketball after the Knicks.
I've been kind of following. I don't know.
Oh yeah, this is another match I really don't give a shit about, and this has nothing to do with the wrestlers in it. Honestly, I like Gunter. I like Mustafa Ali.
I kind of like that belt.
I like the belt. I like Gunter's jacket. You know what I mean? Like, all right, we got a lot of nice things. I think that it's gonna look glorious in Saudi Arabia.
Where is Bobby
I just
Roode?
don't know.
Chat, where's Bobby Roode?
If yeah, I don't know, Baba. I think Bobby's gonna get the cut soon.
Oh no.
But this match is the one match that should have been cut. We'll see how it goes. I don't know.
It's so filler for me. I see it on the card, looking at it on the paper. I hope it's not like that in the event. But
speaking of events,
one of the three main events.
Show. I don't understand. Like, first of all, I can equally parts dislike this gimmick and also understand that this gimmick has existed before. All right? That does not make sense to argue with me. Yo, so you didn't like it in 2000 and no way? Yeah, nah, I didn't. I did not. You're right. I did not like it. I thought that shit was dumb. I think that there is one main event and it's what closes the show. It's the end of the night. It's the big shebang. Like, that's it. Other things that are built as, I think maybe you get two, maybe, right? And usually I think that should be reserved for a men's women's thing. I think that that's done well when it's like, oh, we got a men's and a women's main event because it's a title picture and it's a big match.
Cool. Was it even a title match?
We got these three main events, and if you got three, you got none. So Seth freaking Rollins out here facing AJ Styles, Cody Rhodes, and Brock Lesnar. And we got Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn in a tag match defending the tag titles against the Bloodline, Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa.
That, I would say that can go last because of Roman.
What is last? Yeah.
You think that's going to be last?
I don't
in
think
Saudi.
It should be. I'm going to tell you.
It's not for a belt. I mean, for a heavyweight belt, it's the tag titles. But it is Roman Reigns.
I think that even as we approach 1,000 days, you got to humble his ass every once in a while, right? Right? Is he going to lose this match? Duh, no shit. But here's how you do it. I think you let Cody Brock go first in this triple main event situation. That gets out of the way first, and Cody Rhodes can have his.
They're setting that up for a failure right now. Because if it has anything to do with their last match and it's not gonna deliver, at least on paper, because that shit on paper last match was not going to deliver. I don't care who got it passed through, but for it to go on last in Puerto Rico, that's crazy.
Oh,
and if you're gonna deliver the same garbage on Saturday, please don't put them last for Cody's sake, not for Brock, because Brock can survive that. You give Cody another bullshit ending like that, yo, he's done. That following is not gonna carry. He's not gonna follow him all the way to that title. At least not the same crew.
Yo, there was nothing.
Jesus.
If Cody was gonna lose to Roman, and he should have him out for a minute. Have him out for a minute. You don't need him right back, right facing Brock Lesnar.
Gave him a few weeks.
Or you give him one match. All right, he beat Brock Lesnar, but he got injured at Backlash, so give him some time off. And that's strategic. That's not an injury thing. That's just like, yo, he doesn't need to be in the spotlight right now because we got other things going on. But to your point, how do we put this? What do we put at the end of the night? I think for two reasons, right? We open the triple main event with Cody Rhodes because you get all his fireworks and you get all that big like right? Oh,
Cairo, baby.
All the fanfare and da-da-da and all the following and the chants, and you get that all out the way. Whoa! And then people get hyped, and then Brock Lesnar could break his ass in half, and then he could squeak out a win or whatever he does. Right? You know the formula. You know how it goes, right? Get that out the way. I think that match ends in a big question mark for Cody Rhodes because I think that's how do you finish the story, I think is the next part of the story. I think that he'll be in a space where he's like, can I finish the story? Right? That's what the story will be the story. This is meta as fuck, so follow me here, right? The story is the story. It's like El Vacilón de la Mañana, right? One of my favorite indie movies, right, is El Vacilón de la Mañana. It is this show that's based on a radio show from the New York, New Jersey area.
The radio is this box that used to talk to us back in the day.
Wow, that's almost something we have to explain.
Yeah.
But El Vacilón de la Mañana had a movie because they were very successful. And the movie the whole purpose of the movie was how do we write the movie?
Oh, yeah.
You remember?
Yeah.
So they went throughout the whole movie, like getting content for the movie they're going to create.
Right. And at the end, they didn't have an ending.
They didn't have an ending, and that's how it ended.
Pinga.
So I think that this is Cody's story. Cody's story is finding the story, right? Is telling the story. Like his story will always be, I need to finish the story, but what the story looks like is the story. So that's gonna be whatever. If you don't like it now, you're not gonna
be whatever.
If you don't like his story now, you're not gonna like it.
You're not gonna
because
like it
the
later.
story is the story. All right, it's meta.
Así viene sándwich.
It is the definition of así viene sándwich, my man. So that's why that is the first triple main event, right? You get that shit out the way. All right, let me get this sucker salad out the way, right? And now I can dive into the main event. And here we go. And I think the second main event is the Bloodline.
Right.
Bloodline.
I see that.
You got Roman Reigns and Solo Sikoa. You got Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. And then I think you end the night with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles. So let me play this out real quick. Let me play this out for everybody. Yo, if you guys, we about to end this shit, but I really need y'all to know this right here, right? You end the night with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles for two reasons. Number one, obviously, that's the heavyweight title. That's the moment, right? That you're building
about a whole world. You're gonna defend it around the world,
right? And that this is the new title. It's supposed to. Oh, I promise you, it's not a consolation prize. But here's Roman Reigns wrestling in a tag match, not in the main event. And at the end of the match, because that match will end in fuckery, my friends. And what's gonna happen is that because the bloodline is already fractured and broken, we're going to have the Usos stick their nose in the business that doesn't belong. I don't think they're going to intentionally do anything. I think that the accident causes Roman to lose. Now, mind you, Roman has also not been pinned.
He hasn't been pinned.
So I wonder if Sammy pins Roman.
No. Roman won't.
I'm just saying because of fuckery, because the Usos get involved and someone gets hit and things fall apart.
That's true.
And Roman Reigns is now sitting in the ring after taking an L, looking at himself like, I wrestled for the tag titles. I'm the Universal Champion. I'm sitting in the ring taking an L. Like, what's going on right now? And as I'm processing this shit, Seth Rollins comes out.
Yep.
Not only have I fallen from like the status I had, I'm second fiddle to Seth Rollins.
That guy right there, I know him.
And the crowd is,
whoa.
they singing his damn song. And Roman is there sitting in the ring, taking an L,
Like
as Seth Rollins has the whole arena singing
bumping
his song.
That would be a nice sight. I'll tell you that. That would be a nice sight.
And have Roman Reigns fade out of the arena as the next match kind of comes on, and that tremendous amount of disrespect. And I think that is how we make the Universal World Heavyweight title have some friction, because it can very easily be that Roman doesn't even acknowledge that shit. That shit is so beneath me. It's not important. But right now, Seth Rollins is gonna disrespect me again. After hitting me with a chair, now he's gonna disrespect me right now at
coming
my
out like the
lowest.
Shield.
I want that title, but not today.
Yeah.
Some other day. It'll
Another
come.
day.
It'll come back like, yo, I gotta. You know what? Maybe I do bring this storyline back up, but it always becomes a potential, a possibility, and I think that is how you end the night with Seth Rollins and AJ Styles putting on the work, the business.
I love it. And that's the cherry on top. Seth and AJ Styles putting in work for the business. And listen, real quick, before we send them off, via a la PCF, I believe he set us up today. But who do you think has more to win here? AJ Styles or Seth Rollins? Because this title means a lot now. You're going to get pushed. Seth doesn't really need any more pushing here.
I disagree
I think
wholeheartedly.
he's been doing great. I think AJ's just come back and he could benefit from the push.
See, this is where you fucked up. AJ Styles is not AJ Styles. AJ Styles is Dolph Ziggler.
Oh, no.
A tremendous salesman who's going to be a credible threat, put on a show, but never be the guy.
In WWE.
In WWE. I didn't think I had to say that second part, but you know what I mean? Get Joe in the building. Get your ass over here.
Get your ass up in here.
We got Seth Rollins, in my opinion, going over AJ Styles. I think this is where we reward Seth Rollins for having the following he has, for doing the villainy that he does, for doing the work that he's needed to do, face whoever he's got to face.
Confirming the "you deserve it" chance.
Right. This is where he gets his shine. And AJ Styles will always be that guy that can put on a great match. Shelton Benjamin, AJ Styles, Dolph Ziggler. Great, talented folk that are just going to be legitimate L takers.
Role players. Not the number one guy. Oh, man. It's just crazy because AJ Styles is probably the highest rated role player, if that's the case.
Yeah.
Like, cause just that dude is so amazing, so phenomenal, right? All puns intended. But yeah, I think Seth's going over. In what is gonna be an amazing match that goes on last on Saturday. Saturday. Do I know what time? No. But Saturday.
6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock.
6, 7, 8, 9 o'clock. You ready?
Yeah. But that's what the WWE is going to do in Dubai. Oh, wait, hold on. This is in Saudi Arabia, right?
Saudi Arabia.
So this might be an early show.
It might be an early show, yeah.
Oh, shit.
So we might get that.
All right, well, here we got another show that's Double or Nothing. May 28th.
Whoop!
And we've got a hell of a lineup here too. So we're gonna run through that real quick. I agree with Getcho. Getcho, AJ does not need a title right now or ever. I think he's in the legend part of his career where he really doesn't need to be the dude. And I think he's cool with that. Just like
wasn't that great too. Like once he got that title from the WWE Championship, I mean it wasn't really that great.
Yeah, nah.
That I remember either. Unfortunately.
But let's jump over to AEW now, Double or Nothing, right? Let's start at the back end of the card right now. Nope.
Oh, the other back.
So we're gonna talk about Adam Cole versus Chris Jericho in an unsanctioned match. I don't know if this is gonna open the show, but I think this is tremendous. Tremendous action.
Great
they
build.
had a signing today.
It has like all the media covering over it for AEW.
And we got someone new. And I think that was a comment I posted up to Twitter.
Twitter! Shout out to Twitter! On the Twitters?
I think,
what are they saying on the Twitters?
Did Adam Cole,
are they cursing us out again?
Did Adam Cole need a crazy motherfucker as a tag team support or something? Because he's, instead of signing Bobby Fish, he signed anybody else. Sabu. We got to see ECW legend Sabu hit the ring tonight, and I don't know how to feel right now. What are your thoughts? Because quite frankly,
what are your thoughts?
Where are your thoughts? Because my thoughts, I have no idea where they are. Because what is a Sabu in 2023 right now? My man
he looked so like
he should look after so many years of beating your damn body up. He gave his life and soul to the businessman, whatever. No doubt. I don't think he should wrestle another goddamn day in his life. But he's also got a really weird past. Type of dude that drops the N-word on Twitter, drops the dude that does this and that. He's got a rough history, right?
Doesn't share much.
What is the purpose of signing Sabu?
I didn't get that. I didn't get the pairing with him and Adam Cole and O'Reilly. I mean, I guess if they want to go violent, but then you're competing with Moxley and the
BBC? Is that your search history go crazy right now?
We're competing with him now because you know how he ended Dynamite. He's saying it's gonna be the most violent match of all time. I don't think that's something you want to just. I don't think if you're on the card, I don't think you want to.
That should
go violent.
Yo, but Sabu just feels mad random. Number one, and number two,
it does feel random.
You gonna sign Sabu and not Bobby Fish? You wanted to give time to younger talent? Is that what you wanted? Taekwondo, you in the building. Sabu in 2023 to me is the guy who makes cheesesteaks at the gas station. Damn. That's kind of fucked up.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's kind of fucked. That's. Is that an ism? That's an ism, I think. That's an ism. Yo, Taquan out here. Yeah. Taquan ism big out here. What are you doing, Taquan?
Listen, man. All I'm saying is it's a little too late for the Sabu train, but we'll see what we get on Sunday night.
I don't know. The wheels coming off.
Adam Cole gonna win. Jericho's gonna get a lot of experience. That's about it.
In his young rookie career.
Jersey stand all the way F up because Ethan Page is gonna be out here this Sunday teaming with the Guns.
Ethan Page is from Canada, right? Yeah, I just want you to be clear.
There's a New Jersey in Canada.
I think that's the old one.
It probably is the old one. The Gun Brothers against the Hardy Party 6-man tag team match. Filler?
Yeah.
I feel like it's filler.
You know, one thing I do appreciate about AEW is that they'll make this shit entertaining. But yeah, I don't know.
I just haven't been too entertained with the Gun Club after their whole acclaim and they lost the titles and all.
Nah, but the Gun Club, not the Gun Club. The Hardys had a thing at the compound. Right? At the compound, they did their thing.
Oh,
Yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes,
So
yes.
I thought that was great. I think
Yeah.
we can keep it moving now. Thanks.
Like, okay, we'll keep
I
it
don't
moving.
know. I think, yo, listen, not for nothing, but I think that's where Matt Hardy's gonna excel. I think we need to acknowledge that, and maybe that's just a spot that he lives at. Maybe we just do those pre-recorded matches or whatever, those edited cinematic matches.
The edited ones.
Edited.
The edited ones.
I think that shit was funny. Yo, did you see Isaiah? He did the moan before he did a swanton bomb off
Did
the
he?
barn.
Oh no.
He said,
Oh, he was like.
Yo, Sabu coming to AEW is like when Chelsea Handler dated 50 Cent.
Oh no.
You out here.
Oh no.
Get your weird
Get
ass
your.
You ain't lying. I was like, Chelsea, what she... Yo, you see, it's the BBC. I mean, the BCC out here being violent. I don't know, man. That shit makes no sense. I'm trying to make sense of it. One thing that does make sense, though, is Jade Cargill.
Okay,
versus
we're
Taya
getting the
Valkyrie.
ball rolling here because,
Right.
yes, it makes some sense. Shout outs to Impact's greatest, not greatest, but one of Impact's greatest.
I don't know. She's
Female
up there,
talent.
man.
She's
I really
up there.
like Taya. I think Taya's best years were in the Impact, but I think she's still really good. I
She's
mean,
great.
AEW,
She's
she's
great.
legit. And Jade is gonna go on a tear. She's in the middle of a undefeated streak. I don't think Taya's gonna be the person to knock her off.
I don't think so either, but it's just I feel like you know how we always it's hard to
That's what she
see
said.
Jada. It's hard to see Jade losing every time she has a title defense, right? Like, it's almost like as if her opponents aren't believably gonna beat her, right? This time around, I feel like it's a hard sell to sell me Jade over Taya. I feel like she's gotten a great competitor here. They've been putting Taya over week after week here, building her up strong.
Yo, Taya faced Lady Frost tonight.
Lady Frost, shout out to Lady
Shout
Frost.
outs to Philly in the house.
But yeah, I feel like Taya should be winning, or should be more convincing in the match. I should say, not winning.
Nah, yeah, Jade.
She should be very convincing in this match.
I think Taya's got the kind of history where she'll know how to make it work to make herself look good, because I think that at the end of the day, Taya is in a position where she could look good at the end of this match, even if she loses.
Cameraman.
Yo, can you relax?
I'm just saying, you saying
What's
the
your
right
problem,
things.
bro? Do we have to like put a cone on you or a jacket that makes you stop touching yourself? Like, what's happening?
Listen, man.
All right,
I feel
Taya's
like all the
really
above.
got to come out here and put on a show, no doubt, and I have no doubt in her ability. But at the end of the day, Jade is the girl that has that TBS title, and she's gonna keep it for quite some time.
And it's been taking time.
And ticking time, we get to the match that we really still don't know what it's about.
Why are y'all so mad at each other?
Anarchy in the arena, the Blackpool Combat Club, and the Elites with their new member, right? Adam Page.
Ooh, Adam Hangman Page.
Anarchy in the arena.
How y'all feeling about this one,
Moxley
Kat?
said this is going to be the most violent match ever. There's going to be lots of blood. I think
I'm worried.
I think this.
I think they need to clean that ring after the match.
Well, it's going to be in the whole ass arena. I
The
think
whole
A,
ass arena.
if Moxley promises that,
Shouts to the ass arena.
what I need to see is this: people other than Moxley bleeding.
Oh, okay.
Right? If you're gonna, because I'm with it. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
yeah.
You want to sell me on the violence? Because I think that's where we at with. Moxley is a polished Nick Gage.
Oh, yes. And he's slowly bringing that into.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like we out here right now in a position where Moxley is like this, the lunatic fringe in the most extreme kind of case, but he'll do it gladly. He'll bleed gladly, but I need to see the Elite bleed. I think Adam Page will do it, but I want to see Kenny Omega bleed. I want to see the brothers bleed, right? The Young Bucks bleed. I think that this is an opportunity for everybody to show how violent they can be. If this is how it's going to be sold, the Elite have to be violent. and they have to receive violence.
We don't see the ROH.
Like
Buck.
Wheeler Yuta, I have no doubt in my mind that's gonna be covered in blood. John Moxley, we already know.
Bleed.
John
He's a
Moxley,
bleeder.
John Moxley's gonna bleed before he comes out, right? Bryan Danielson, I think he can bleed. Claudio might bleed, like. But when I look at the elite, if I look at the elite, like Kenny has bled before and Adam has bled before, but like how many times have the Jackson brothers bled?
Back in the indie matches, I've seen them.
Well, here we are. We're on your show, dog.
This is time. It's
Let's
time
go.
now. Here we go.
And it's time
correctly.
It's time for the battle of the ages.
Ooh.
The AEW Women's Championship. Oh my
There's no
God.
men in this matchup. What am I saying? There's no
Jamie Hayter versus Tony Storm.
This one is on last.
This is for you.
For me.
Alright. Manny out here. Shout outs to Manny.
Manuel.
Stone Cold getting cut with the intro glass. Won't be the first time.
Yo, what's
Jamie
good?
Hayter versus Tony Storm. I read people were calling this the Battle of the Cheeks, which is crazy to say. What are you thinking here?
The Battle of the Cheeks.
I need you to think winner. All right, winner, big picture.
Jamie Hayter wins this match because we already did this whole Tony Storm thing. We tried it out. It didn't work. We're not going to do this again, Tony. Okay? That's why we did a trial run. We gave her the interim. It was like, listen, you can practice. Here, practice. Take it for practice.
Jamie Hayter
is a hater.
Is facing Tony Storm. We know that Tony Storm is part of these outcasts, right? So if Tony Storm is going to be out here with the outcasts, and it's going to be Saraya and Ruby Soho.
Saraya.
I always say that. So then who is it that's going to be in Jamie Hayter's corner? It's going to be...
It's not going to be Cody.
It's not going to be Cody. Is it going to be Britt Baker? Yes. Is it going to be... who's the one that's always with Britt Baker? Reba. But there's gotta be somebody else.
There has to be.
Yeah. So who is that other person?
To team with because of the numbers game.
Yes.
I don't know, but I feel we're gonna get that answer on Sunday.
I think I might have a name. I think something interesting that might happen. I think there's a really interesting story with Britt Baker that doesn't get told. Right, well, it hasn't been told really, and what we saw was very real with Thunder Rosa.
Oh,
I think that they have a deep back history. I think that there's very real beef that people know about publicly. I think that very recently, right, Thunder Rosa tried to make amends. She was on TV. And I think this would be a really interesting place to bring Thunder Rosa back with Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter.
We already expect her and Miro back on Collision. So you know that's in the works. Why not bring them back a little earlier than expected, right?
Right. They
Get
don't
more
have to
build
just
to
be
that
at
show
Collision.
you're talking about.
We got the 21-man Blackjack Battle Royal, the match.
Scissors on scissors action.
The match that is really one of those, how many people can we get on a card?
Throw everybody that's left in there. Let's see what happens.
I think this is a great place where we throw a Miro.
Okay.
I think that who else can make their appearance on AEW television? Any big names? Anybody that you think can surprise us all?
We still have so many names out there that can. That's why I love these matches, because you never know. There's just so many wrestlers that are not signed right now that could be signed, and wrestlers that are leaving certain companies that could be picked up. Who knows, right? You have those questions, and you have, is he even going to retain this championship?
Orange Cassidy. I said Cody Rhodes. You got
Orange,
me stuck on Cody.
Orange Rhodes, Cody Cassidy.
Orange Cassidy, the champion, defending the AEW international title against
everybody.
20 other folks
I like
is
Okada.
crazy, including all of QT Marshall's weird little group,
All of his friends.
all of his friendly friends. Yeah, I don't know what to make of this match, and I'm really curious as to why Orange Cassidy would. I know he was getting beat up and shit, but then to be like, yeah, I'll just face everybody.
I'll fight
is
everybody.
Crazy to me. Like, you're a champion. Why are you gonna put yourself in double? But he's like such an over baby face. That's his story. His story is survival. Orange Cassidy does what Darby doesn't. All right, Orange. The less he talks, the better it is.
Yes.
For everything, for the gimmick and everything.
That's how it works.
And I think Darby needs to live in that space.
That part.
Where you
Take
just
notes.
say less.
You
know
and
when
all
people
this.
are like, yo, say less, my guy.
You say
Yo,
less.
Darby, say less.
My guy.
Say less.
Don't be in all this. Listen. Moving on to the next title match.
Is somebody that learned he's got to say less with somebody that says a whole lot more. We got
That
Wardlow saying, you know what? Let me relinquish some of these mic opportunities to Arn Anderson. Arn the Glock Anderson.
Get the gat.
Against Christian Cage
For the Glock.
with Luchasaurus.
Luchasaurus. or Brazil.
So I think it was very important for Wardlow to lose the ability to defend himself verbally. I think that he needed someone like Arn Anderson. I think this is a really good space for him because Wardlow is a young dude with a lot of potential. He's got a great look.
You don't want to mess that up.
You don't want to mess that up. And I think in a lot of ways how Darby Allin just sometimes doesn't work for me. Wardlow is visually intimidating but he was never convincing me on the mic. He was never just doing that.
Never.
Yo,
Not even once.
Get yo out here. What you know about Tego Calderon?
Hey, boom.
Get yo out here swimming in the Chicago
bum,
pizza. What you know about
hey,
Tego?
Listen, Chicago pizza, we're not going to do that.
We're not going to do that right
We're
here?
in the East Coast.
All right,
Listen.
well, Christian Cage just better not know any dead relatives from Wardlow is what I'm saying. Because Christian Cage going to be out here like, yo,
He gonna be out there trying to kill it.
Yo, you know your grandma, she's dead. And I dated her after she died. Yo, and you're like, Christian Cage, stop talking. What is he saying right now?
No. Speaking of what is he saying right now, great moment of the sayings between FTR and one Mark Briscoe. Also, when that whole segment when he left, slapped which one was it that he I could never keep up anymore. Dax, he slapped Dax in the face. And then he goes up, grabs Jay Lethal by the attacks everybody, but grabs Jay Lethal by the head and says, I'm tired of this shit. Can't keep up with this no more. It's gonna be a great match with him as referee on Sunday. Tag titles on the line, of course. It's gonna be interesting to see which one of his friends does the most here in this match and who he sides with. I can't wait to see that.
I love that Mark Briscoe is involved. I love that his referee shirt is camouflaged. I love that I'm not 100% sure that Mark Briscoe can count to 3. So we've got a bunch of interesting scenarios here.
Oh no!
But
there's a lot going down.
But I appreciate the space that Jeff Jarrett and Jay Lethal fill on the card.
Yes.
I think that it's interesting to see these tag teams. AEW does a really great job of moving the tag team division along. We know tag teams are a gimmick, but they do an excellent job, an excellent job. Something that WWE struggles to do. They know how to hang their hat on one tag team or 2 tag teams, but they really don't have the ability to cycle a bunch of dudes the way that AEW does.
They should get a rack with a bunch of hat holders and stuff, but they don't do it, so they don't have enough room.
The fuck are you talking
You said they didn't have enough room to hang their hats, so get enough hats. They just don't invest properly. It's not their fault.
Yo, turn off your mic, bro.
Just saying, bro.
This guy.
He's mad right now.
Well, before you turn off your mic, let's do the last one right here. Our 4-way match for the AEW World Championship match. The pillars of AEW face off for the big one, the Burberry belt.
Shout out to Blueberries.
Big Burberry belt is the Triple B, the crown jewel of AEW, the AEW World Heavyweight Champion.
The real question here has to be who gets pinned.
Yeah, because MJF is not losing this match. MJF, Sammy Guevara, Jungle Boy, Jack Perry, and Darby Allin. I say Jungle Boy takes the L.
Ooh, okay.
In all actuality, it'll probably be Darby Allin because I can't see him fighting. I would see him just saying, like, fuck it, I'll just take the L. But,
okay.
you know what I mean? Like, just having that, like, all right, whatever. But I think it should just be Jack Perry because, no, I don't think people really care about him.
I agree. It's whatever.
It's whatever.
I think whatever should be the answer because it doesn't matter that MJF still walks out of here as the last pillar standing in this match and of the weekend, right?
Yeah. I think that Sammy Guevara cannot get pinned. I think Sammy Guevara has to be in the.
Oh, you protected?
Yeah, I think he's got to be protected because these two guys are the future of this group.
Right. I see Jungle Boy being more.
He might be mid card, low card. Yeah. Darby could be mid upper card, but that's where we at. I just don't see it. And if it happens, maybe it happens in the future. But Jungle Boy right now he's not that dude.
Yeah, he's not that dude. Pin his ass.
Pin his ass, man. Yeah. Take this L, bro. Go home with Anna J and this L.
L's be everybody's pop of the week. You already know because you're going to tune in on Wednesday when we give you the recap of Wrestling Weekend, ladies and gentlemen. I appreciate all of you legends for pulling up today. Mike, the ref of the raid again. Thank you so much. Get your pulling up. We got a new follower as well. Everybody that pulled up today, y'all legends. Y'all going to tell me to rate and review. I'm gonna tell y'all to rate and review.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you to wash your ass.
Yeah, I'm gonna wash my ass. But then y'all should join the Discord because when we watching this weekend, we should all watch together on the Discord. You already know. Mission's gonna tell y'all what to do on the way out. But I appreciate y'all legends pulling up. Thank you so much. 10 count till 10 told. You already know.
Make sure you get all your officially licensed merch at foco.com, FOCO.com, and then use the promo code HPC10. Anything from all your 3-letter, 4-letter organizations, NCAA, WWE included, NFL, MLB, NBA. Yo, the playoffs are out here. Get somebody some dope shit.
All the
Foco.com, HPC10 promo code. Get it. And then you will like, subscribe, follow, rate, review, and do all that cool shit that people do on the Twitterverse and everywhere in between. TikTok, IG, YouTube, Twitch,